Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for ETA. We are here again, and it's week 7. Only 2 games left at this point, and our opponent this week. If you haven't heard of him, I don't know what you've been doing. Some say he might be one of the greatest Pokemon players of all time. One of the greatest Pokemon players in the ETA history. Truly a legend and an icon. It's SlyRobby. SlyRobby is sitting at 4-2, and we're sitting at 3-3. We got 2 games left at this point, so we need to win one of them to make playoffs here. So we got our work cut out for us here. Let's see. So he brought Great Tusk, Mewtwo, Haunter. He brought Haunter again. This is the second Haunter game. Pheasantipity and Alamomola, okay, and Zeraora, of course, Zeraora. So no Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh did not come. That's interesting. No Weavile, no Scizor, no Hydrapple. We do see Pheasantipity and Alamomola, and we do see Great Tusk. He brought Haunter. So if there's one thing I know about SlyRobby is that if he brings Haunter, he's probably going to lead with it. It's probably Focus Sash, and it's probably going to try to set up Toxic Spikes. So what can we do about that? I didn't bring Iron Moth, unfortunately, which is just, yeah, unfortunate. Okay. I have Scrappy on Kangaskhan. I can at least fake it out to break the Sash, and then he might get scared. If he sets up the Toxic Spikes, there frankly isn't much I can do because I didn't bring Hazard Removal. I guess I'll do a quick rundown of my team. We're bringing Power Herb, Meteor Beam, Lunala. That's the set. Agility, Power Herb, Meteor Beam. He didn't bring Ho-Oh, but I can still just click Meteor Beam and it's a nuke. And after an agility, we should outspeed Mewtwo. We should outspeed everything, so this can potentially sweep him. We've also got Palmont. We had to bring Palmont versus SlyRobby. It's my choice Scarfer. We can reliably check the Mewtwo with the Double Shock. We can hit Alamomola hard. Zeraora is a threat, but we have Volt Absorb. We have Close Combat. We also have Revival Blessing, which could come in handy in a pinch, and Ice Punch to hit the Great Tusk if we need to. We're bringing Choice Band, Brave Bird, Corviknight, which sounds crazy. I was cooking up sets last night, and I was like, you know what? We can just click Choice Band, Brave Bird with Corviknight. I know he has Zeraora, and Zeraora is one of the biggest threats against my team. But he really, any damage on Zeraora is good because it doesn't really have recovery. And otherwise, he really struggles to switch into that. The Brave Bird, none of his defensive mons want to take it. And it's pretty unexpected from a Corviknight. So I was like, why not? Let's do it. We're bringing Kangaskhan back. It's specially defensive Seismic Toss. It's actually it's like mixed defensive Seismic Toss. I gotta start winning games, so I gotta start bringing Seismic Toss Kangaskhan. That's just how it goes. We've got defensive Tapu Fini is good for Great Tusk. Is good for a couple other things he didn't bring. He didn't bring Weavile, or Ho-Oh, but that's okay. We've got Assault Vest Tinglu. This will help us deal with the Mewtwo, as well as the Haunter, I suppose, and Zeraora to a degree. So yeah, that's pretty much my team. I think I'm going to lead Kangaskhan here because I expect Haunter, and it's not Haunter. Okay, very cool, very cool. I'll get my Mega off. Yeah, I'll get my Mega off. I wonder if we'll just see Rocks here. I can just Seismic Toss. I can just Fake Out and just get the Mega off. If he switches, fine. If he's Rocky Helmet, it's not ideal, but I would like to find out sooner rather than later if it's Rocky Helmet. So yeah. He's brought an interesting team. I don't know what he's gonna do with Haunter. If it's not, it could still be Focus Sash Toxic Spikes. He just didn't lead with it. Or maybe it's just offensive. But if it is like Tinglu kind of just deals with it, so I'm not really worried about it. I am a bit concerned about Toxic Spikes if he gets them up eventually, because those are going to be annoying. It's one of those things, man. Maybe I should have prepped for it. I did almost have Iron Moth on the team. Okay, he's not Rocky Helmet, so we get that off. That's cool. He stays in. Could just be a close combat. I'll go Tapu Fini here. Yeah, I almost brought Iron Moth, but like Pheasant Dippity was pretty good into my team, so I was like, yeah, there's not much that I can do. I'll also Mewtwo. Like Iron Moth kind of just invites in Mewtwo, which Mewtwo is tough, so he just knocks me off. Okay, so I lose my leftovers, so be it. I think Nature's Madness here. Pheasant Dippity seems like the switch of choice for him. So he probably shouldn't stay in here, so I'll just go for the Nature's Madness. Yep. It's a good 50, and it's leftovers. On this thing, I think I can go Corviknight. I don't know what he's gonna go for. Maybe the poison move, maybe just the U-turn. So I think I go Corviknight here. Although if it is U-turn, I don't really want to bring out Zero Aura. So maybe I go Tinglu. Maybe I just go Tinglu. Yeah, because it's probably just U-turn. The Misty Terrain is up though, so I shouldn't get poisoned by the Toxic Chain. I think that's how that works. So yeah, that's good. The nice part about my little defensive core is that I can just spam Nature's Madness and Ruination with Fini and Tinglu and just like get everything to half health. I like that a lot about this team. Oh, this is gonna be Terra Water. Okay. I should have maybe considered that. But Pheasant Dippity is Terra Water. They just go for the Poison Jab. So okay, that's fine with me, honestly, because now Tapu Fini can just click Moonblast a little bit more freely. I mean, this thing still can switch in. Palmot smacks it though. Is this gonna have Terra Blast Water? Do I have to fear that? Or are they just gonna go right out into Great Tusk? I think either way, a decent middle ground play is to just go Tapu Fini again and Moonblast. Whether this thing decides to stay in or not, we could see a U-turn still. We could still see the U-turn, which would still invite Zero Aura out, right? Maybe I just go for the Ruination. Do I really fear Terra Blast Water? I don't know. I don't. Does he have it versus my team? Probably not. I'm gonna say probably not. Cause like it only hits Tinglu, right? I guess it hits Iron Moth. I guess it hits Iron Moth, I suppose. I'll go for the Ruination here. Oh, it's gonna be Taunt. That doesn't bother me at all. I'm AV. I do have to be a bit careful with this Tinglu because it is my Mewtwo answer, and Mewtwo is a threat. But Tinglu is, and I guess Haunter too. I'll go into Corviknight here. I think. Let's just get it out and see what he does. I didn't expect him to stay in. I expected either a U-turn or just a hard switch into Great Tusk. But we see Taunt. If he doesn't go for the U-turn here, I feel like he doesn't have it, which he might not. We do see the U-turn though. Okay. So unfortunately, this is probably gonna invite in Zero Aura, but it is what it is. We can just go right back out into Tinglu, I think. Zero Aura was tough for me to build on this team. tough for me to prep for. It can just go for the Drain Punch on Ting-Lu pretty freely. And I don't want, like I said, I don't want to play too recklessly with Ting-Lu because it's my Mewtwo answer. So we just got to be careful with that. I mean, ultimately, my goal here should be trying to set up a condition where Lunala can just agility. Whether that be on Alamomola, or I can probably do it on Pheasantipity because it's revealed 3 of its 4 moves, and what is its 4th move gonna be? Like, is it gonna be not? Does it even get knockoff? I don't even know. I think I have to go into Ting-Lu here. I could go into Palmot. Palmot is a play I could make. It's a little crazy at this point. It's kind of early to make that play. As you can just go for the Plasma Fist here. I wonder if this thing could be like, it could be like Bulk Up though, which is really scary. Could be like Bulk Up or Calm Mind. I mean, it's either going to fire off the electric move or it's going to try to predict me and go for the fighting move. Which, like I said, if I go Ting-Lu and they go for a close combat, it's going to be tough. So I think I might just go hard Palmot here. I think I can afford to play a little bold with Palmot. I just have to be cautious with the Zero Aura. The Zero Aura is a big threat. It is. It's a big threat. Focus. Oh, and a crit too. Damn. This thing's special. They land a Focus Blast and get a crit. I mean, I don't know if that crit mattered. I wonder if this thing is specs. Do I just go Lunala hard on that? Do I? I kind of want to. Is that crazy? Because Pheasantipity is already low, so that could be my in. That honestly, that wouldn't have even done too much to my Ting-Lu because I'm Assault Vest. But let's do it, dude. I have my Shadow Shield, so like even if they knock here, I will live. I will lose my Meteor my Power Herb, but whatever. We're doing this. We're doing this right now. I'm kind of making a read that I feel like that's specs. I feel like that's locked in. It's either that or it's just a fully special set and it doesn't have knockoff. It certainly could be mixed. It certainly could be a mixed attacker and have knockoff, but I just feel like it's not. I feel like it's not. So let's see if we can get Lunala to do it up here. Yep. Perfect. This is perfect. This is exactly what I want. And then I drop the Meteor Beam. How does he handle this is the question. How does he handle this? If Haunter's Choice Scarf, I outspeed it. Same goes for Great Tusk. If his Choice Scarf, I outspeed it. I guess if Zero Aura's Choice Scarf, if that's the set, then it can't hit me, but I still have my Shadow Shield. So I really only have to fear Mewtwo. If Mewtwo is Choice Scarf, it outspeeds me if it's timid. So there's that. That might be his last hope here. I might just have the sweep. Unless it's like Timid Scarf Mewtwo, which can just smack me with a Shadow Ball. But we're in a pretty good spot here. assuming we land this meteor beam. After the Palmot crit. I mean, little Palmot crit. It's not gonna stop. He's thinking about this because he knows that I've got him in a pickle now. Do something about Palmot, man. Palmot is the prophet, dude. I pull up with SlyRobby with the Palmot, dude, and he crits it on the switch. That feels like a curse, you know. I feel like Palmot might have just cursed SlyRobby back. Maybe. Palmot is a powerful deity in ETA lore, okay? You need to understand that. If you weren't there for ETA season, I don't even know what season it was. Was it season 4? I don't know. If you weren't there, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot here, though. Yep, there's the meteor beam, and we land it. Nice. Oh, wow, it lived. Dude, Vezendipity is thick. Oh, my God. I didn't expect it to live that. That's crazy. We go for the Moongeist beam here. I mean, still... everything still applies. If it has to be either Scarf Zeraora or Scarf Mewtwo. Timid. It has to be Timid Scarf Mewtwo. Otherwise, I think I just win. Maybe Aloe is AV and has Mirror Coat. I've seen it before, and I'll probably see it again. So that's another possibility. Oh, Haunter could be Focus Sash. Haunter actually probably is Focus Sash. So there's that. Yeah, Haunter probably is Focus Sash. And I lost my Scarf Palmot too, which means if Lunala goes down here, then I lose a lot of speed. Against Zeraora and Mewtwo. So that's a problem. That's a big problem. I might want to keep Lunala around here. I've got to assume that Zeraora has a move to hit it, though, and it just was locked in. I mean, it doesn't make any sense for Zeraora to not carry, like, a dark move. Yeah, so here's Haunter. I know it's Focus Sash, dude. It has to be. You can't get me with this, SlyRobby. I know what this is. I'm not falling for this. Do I not? I could either A, knock this down to Focus Sash and die, or B, just switch into Tinglu and save Lunala. What is more valuable for me? I think the answer is pretty obvious. Granted, you know, Mewtwo probably just knocks this out. Zeraora probably just knocks this out. But it just gives me another option. I should be faster than Great Tusk unless it's like max speed. So it gives me a good option against Great Tusk. I'm gonna save it. Yep. It's pretty obvious, dude. I know what's coming here. I guess I just Throat Chop. Or do I just Ruination? I just Ruination. He's not gonna stay in here. He's just gonna go Great Tusk. I'll Ruination the Great Tusk. That's always the play. Ugh, SlyRobby brought a Haunter, dude. I was like, there's no way SlyRobby brings Haunter again. He already brought it once and it got like 5 kills. That's what SlyRobby does with Haunter. Haunter's like the trick that SlyRobby always has up his sleeve, dude. Every season of Pokemon Draft League, he gets the 1 point Haunter and just like makes it work every time. It's crazy. Haunter's cool though. I like Haunter. For a 1 point Mon, like, you can actually get a lot out of Haunter. I actually really like it. as a 1-point pick. It has decent stats for a 1-pointer for a not fully evolved mon, and it has utility, lots of utility between Toxic Spikes, Destiny Bond, Taunt, Will-O-Wisp, whatever. On top of its, decent special attack stat and coverage. Yep. So there's Tusk. We get everything to half health. The obvious play here is to just go Tapu Fini. But I think I make it. I could alternatively go Corviknight here. Depends how offensive this Tusk is. What's he gonna go for? Do I go Corv here? I think I go Corv here. There's rocks, okay. So now I can go for the, do I want a Brave Bird, or do I actually just want to, double edge? Because, nah, I'll Brave Bird, because if he stays in, I want to knock this out. He's probably going to go Zero Aura, though. I think I think I just want to keep. I think it's in my best interest to just keep Ting Lu around, though. Ting Lu's actually pretty good for the combination of Haunter and Mewtwo. This Tusk is low, but now it's kind of in range of most attacks against my team. It'll die to a Seismic Toss at this point. Fini can knock it out, Corv can knock it out, Lunala can knock it out, so that's pretty good. It is probably faster than Fini, though. I didn't speed creep it, so it's actually. I might have speed crept a no speed Tusk with Fini. I don't know. I think I did. I think I outspeed a no speed Tusk with Fini. But it's just Ting Lu who can't touch it. So if we can remove Tusk, that'll be really good for me because he just goes Alomomola. Okay, this is good. We get the Brave Bird off here. It's Rocky Helmet. Okay. Yeah, and I lost. But losing Palmont sucked, actually. In hindsight, I kind of wish I didn't do that. But Zero Aura was such a big threat. It still is such a big threat. Do I just keep Brave Birding this? I take so much damage from rocks. Is he just gonna Wish here? Or do I just go Kangaskhan? I think I just go Kangaskhan. Nah, it's just Flip Turn. Okay, damn it. Okay. Is it back into Tusk? I should have just gone for the Brave Bird. Kept this thing low. This thing's gonna regen back up. Yeah, actually, Alamomole was pretty annoying too. I'm just thinking, what is my win condition here, truly? Because I kind of feel like it's just keeping Ting Lu healthy, but I think SlyRobby's smart enough to know that he needs to keep something that can hit Ting Lu. If it's Great Tusk, it's Great Tusk. And so alternatively, I think it might just be positioning well with Lunala and getting it in. Because I can get Lunala in on Aloe. I can get Lunala in on Tusk. So I might have to just make a read somewhere and get something in. Something like get Lunala in. I mean, Tusk has knockoff Stealth Rock. Probably Close Combat or Body Press to hit Ting Lu. And maybe the ground move. Okay, so we see Zero Aura here. I fake out for the damage and just purely for the chip. I mean, chip on this thing actually goes a long way, so I'll take the fake out chip. He has Focus Blast, so he has to go for Focus Blast and land it. I can protect and maybe scout what he might lock himself into, still running off the assumption that this thing is choice locked, but it definitely might not be. But let's just go for a protect here and kind of get a gauge on what he's thinking. It's a Volt Switch. Yep. Okay. Like I said, he might not be, but I'm running off the assumption that this thing could very likely be locked in. So if we see the Volt Switch here, I think I just go for the Seismic Toss. It goes into Aloe, okay. That does nothing. Man, Aloe's thick. I can go for the Wish here, though. I'll go for the Wish. Maybe that was my turn, dude. Maybe I should have just pulled the hard switch into Lunala. But he could have just kept going for the Volt Switch and gone until like Haunter or Mewtwo. So he flips turn as I get the Wish up. I can always protect here. Let's just see what it's going to be. I can always protect here depending. So there's going to be Zero Aura again. And protect is the obvious play because I think it's pretty safe to assume this thing is like Specs. He switched out after the Volt Switch. He switched out after the Focus Blast. So I think that makes sense. So I'm going to protect here, see what he does, get my Wish back. If he locks himself into Focus Blast, I might just pull the hard Lunala. It's still possible this thing is not locked in, but I think it is. I think it is. Yep, there's the Volt Switch. Okay. We can just keep playing this game where he just goes back into Alamomola and gives me Rocky Helmet chip. But, like, do I care? Because then I just do the same thing. I go for Wish and I go for Protect. I could make the hard Lunala switch here, but if he stays in and just Volt switches, it's tough. He has to fear that I go Ting-Lu on his Volt switch, and I get that, and that's why he makes the Alamomola play. So I gotta be a little bit aggressive here. Let's go for it. Let's go for the Lunala. Nah, he stays in a Volt. Oh, yo, that does so much, dude. Yeah, this is definitely Specs. Oh, man. Shoot. I wasn't about to pull the Ting-Lu there, but maybe I should have, dude. He got me there, dude. He read me on those 2 turns there. He did. I should have just stayed in and gone for the toss again. I said it too. I said it out loud. I was like, I can just go for the toss. But I expected him to do the same thing, and that's not a good expectation. And what sucks now is I think Lunala dies to rocks. So I think I just threw away Lunala. I'm just going to stay in and sack this and just see what Mewtwo is going to do here. I have the Ting-Lu, but like I said, at this point, I'm at 11.3. Lunala just dies to rocks, unfortunately. So I'm just going to go for the Moongeist Beam. Now this is tough for me to pull back. Now this is really tough for me to pull back. This is really tough for me to pull back. Alamo is so good, man. I hate it so much, but it's so good. The crazy thing is, I think Lunala would have had the sweep too if it wasn't for Haunter. It's gonna be crazy if I find out after this game that Haunter is not Focus Sash and I could have just swept him with Lunala when I had the chance. But I think I made the correct play, just basing off the assumption that Haunter is Sash, which it still has intact, by the way. So Mewtwo goes for Thunderbolt, which is an interesting choice. I guess to hit Corviknight and Tapu Fini. I don't know what the item is. I can go Kangaskhan and toss again. I certainly can do that. I can go Ting-Lu here, and the thing is though, like, he can just go Alomomola on my Ting-Lu. I kind of want to go Kangaskhan and just toss. I think I'm gonna do that. I have plenty of Spadef. I think I can just do that. Alamol's at 55. But is it gonna regen back? Is that after regen or before regen? Shoot. Yeah, dude, I don't know. This is tough. This is tough, dude. Like, and I would say Tapu Fini is pretty good here, but he has Haunter. He has Haunter and Zero Aura. So, like, yeah, it's got the regen, dude. 19, yeah, it does like 38. It's basically regenning off every time I go for that. I'm gonna wish here anyway, or am I gonna wish here? Because he's gonna flip turn. I can just go for toss again, I think. Yeah, let's just do this. Okay. And then let's see what he goes into. I don't think we're gonna win this, guys. I think, honestly, my matchup was tough. Honestly, dude, it's like the Haunter Bring was just smart for him, because, like, Lunala would have swept, but I had to respect the Focus Sash Haunter. And the crit versus Palmont was tough. That might have been a misplay, but I don't know. I still kind of stand by it. Zero Aura was just such a problem for my team, man. I think maybe I could have prepped a little bit better around it, but I don't know. I built this team pretty quickly last night. Like, maybe I should have brought, like, Serena, another low tier, to help with Zero Aura, but there's a lot of stuff. Like, he has Ho-Oh on his team, you know. I wanted to bring Palmont because it hit Ho-Oh and Alomomola hard with Double Shock. And it had Volt Absorb for Zero Aura. But, you know, he's been playing well this game, honestly. I had him for a little bit with the Lunala, but Focus Sash Haunter, man. So there's Mewtwo. Okay, so he just goes Mewtwo. Interesting. I have to just Ting-Lu here. And then I think I just double into Corviknight. Yeah. Was it kind of bold of me to bring Choice Band Corviknight? Yes. But, I don't know. I like to try to bring something different every game, you know, something a little unconventional. But we really got to win week 8, I think, to make playoffs. So yeah, we make the correct read there. I think. I think we should be able to live a close combat. Maybe. And we just Brave Bird here. I don't have Roost. I'm choice banned. We just go for Brave Bird here. I think Aloe either dies or gets 2 KO'd. after it comes back in at like 47. It gets 2 KO'd, I think. Because we already hit it once. He could just go 0 aura and probably take 1, but it'll bring it down really low. It'll put it in range of anything at this point. I've lost like... You know you're always in a bad position when all your offensive mons are dead and all you have is like your defensive core left. See, if you play the game correctly, you should ideally exhaust your defensive core in the early game and save your offensive mons for the late game. That's a general rule of thumb. Like, but I've just kind of played this game sloppily, and or misprepped. But like, yeah, there's no reason why Tapu Fini's only been out once and gone for one Nature's Madness, and I've lost like all my offensive mons. It's just like, what am I doing, man? You know? Okay. Damn, it lives. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I guess I just trade here and I knock it out. Right? If Almola died, that actually would have been pretty good for me, but it doesn't really matter. If we get a double down here. Almola being down is good. He could, in theory, still switch this out and save it, and it would still be decent versus Tinglu, but we'll see. He could, in theory, go 0 aura here. I don't think he needs to make that play, but he could. I don't think the health on 0 aura really matters at this point. It's dying to an earthquake either way. And, yeah, but we'll see. You could also go Mewtwo. Mewtwo's got respectable natural bulk. So, it is what it is. Okay, so we get the double down here. We got a Rocky Helmet. I have to go Tinglu here because Tinglu actually beats 3 out of the 4, and if he goes Great Tusk, I can just switch Fini in. Fini like loses to at least 2, maybe 3 out of the 4. So we go Tinglu here. Yeah, and like I said, if we see Great Tusk, we can just go Fini on it. So we see 0 aura. Focus Blast Miss is my hope at this point. It's what I have to hope for. Let's see it. It may be possible with a Focus Blast Miss. It may be possible. He could go into Tusk here if he wants to. That would be a viable play too. He could just switch into Tusk here. But I want to go for the Earthquake. Granted, he doesn't know that I'm AV. I have a lot of special investment. And a lot of attack investment. I have kind of an all over the place spread on this Tinglu set. So, we'll see here. But like I said, Focus Blast Miss might be my key to victory here. But it's still not looking good. Not looking likely. Oh, he's got Aura Sphere and Focus Blast. Damn. When you really don't want to miss. That's crazy that he went for the Focus Blast in the early game and landed it and got a crit on my Palmont, dude. That's so crazy. I mean, yeah, I go Fini here. I do. And yeah, he just goes for CC. And I just surf. I truly and honestly just click surf. He should switch here. I think if he's smart. If he doesn't, then I think we might win. But I don't think he's that dumb. I think he will probably switch out here. Do I make a double? Do I try to predict him and go for the double? I don't know if it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. Because even if he goes Haunter here, or even if he goes Mewtwo, yeah, I'm just gonna surf. I don't think he's gonna. Even if I get the double right, and then what? Ting-Lu goes for a Throat Chop or an Earthquake, he can just go right back out into Tusk, man. It's like if I really want to draw this game out, I can, but this Tusk is gonna be the bane of my existence. I just have to hope that maybe he doesn't get it. Aurasphere did 27 to Ting-Lu. So, yeah, I probably just lose anyway. I'm assuming Mewtwo has something to hit Ting-Lu, whether it's Aurasphere. Does it get Aurasphere? Probably. Ice Beam. Whatever. So, the combination of... Haunter probably doesn't get anything to hit Ting-Lu. I don't think. So, I don't have to worry about Haunter. He's already exhausted his Terra. He Terra Watered Pheasantipity. He could have, in theory, Terra'd Haunter, right? But he didn't. Yeah, he makes the smart play here and just switches out the Tuskington. What do I want to do? Do I want to go Ting-Lu and then double back? Maybe. I gotta try to do what I can at this point. This video is gonna drag on like over 45 minutes, but if you're sitting through this, you're a real one. Just know that. If you're sitting through this video right now, you're still here, you're a real one. I think most people probably watch like the first 5 minutes and then leave, which is fine. But yeah. That's insane, dude. That's insane. Did he really just pull that on me? Oh my god, dude, SlyRobby, why do you have to cook me like that? I could have just stayed in and sacked. If I just stayed in and sacked and went for a surf, dude, like, I very easily could have just stayed in and gone for the surf, man. Very easily could have just gone for the surf, man. That's crazy. Crazy read by SlyRobby. I don't think he needed to make that play. I really don't. I really don't think he needed to make that play at all. He could have just... I think his safest play was to just go for the Sludge Bomb, and then he could have just switched into Great Tusk on my Ting-Lu at any point. Maybe he thinks Ting-Lu might have a way to take out Tusk. It doesn't, dude. It doesn't. It all depends what Mewtwo has to hit Ting-Lu, too. I have to make the play here. I have to switch into Tapu Fini. I'm going to. If he makes it, if he reads me and goes for the double, so be it. Because now I'm in another good position. Now I can just go for the surf. He could have gone for the Earthquake there, but he didn't. Maybe he has it here, or the Headlong. But I'm just gonna go for the surf. If he sacks Haunter, he sacks Haunter. That he might just sack Haunter here. I'll take that. That play was crazy, man. Because if he got that play wrong and I just stayed, like, I could have easily just given up hope. Because I think I could have just stayed in and gone for the surf there as you doubled out into Grey Tusk, and I think that would have won me the game. All depending on what Mewtwo has to hit Ting Lu. I don't know. Probably Focus Blast. Could be Specs. Could also be Specs Mewtwo. I don't know. Could also be Specs Mewtwo. So yeah, there's that. But SlyRobby's just making crazy reads. He made a couple crazy reads this game on me, man. I'm not gonna lie. That one right there at the end, which probably sealed the game for him. And then it was that one in the middle where, like, what was it? Oh, when I went Lunala and he went for the Volt Switch. That might have just been a bad play on my part, to be honest. But yeah, that might have just been a bad play on my part. Because, like, I arguably should have just stayed in and gone for the seismic toss on Kangaskhan. Even in front of the Aloe, dude. We're going to fight this down to the end. We're going to. Like, I have to surf here. His play is either stay in and knock me out if he has Earthquake to hit me, or Headlong. Headlong Rush, if he has it, should kill me. Earthquake probably doesn't. So if the last move isn't Headlong Rush, then he has to switch, and then the play is to just go Haunter and sack it, and then go Mewtwo. What? What is he cooking, bro? Do I just win now? I'm faster than Defensive Tusk, as we can all see. Yeah, do I just stay in? I died a Sludge Bomb. So be it. The other thing, too, is I don't think Mewtwo dies to one Throat Chop. Mewtwo doesn't die to one Throat Chop, so I don't think I can win either way. I think Mewtwo lives one Throat Chop, to be honest. Tinglu's just not strong enough to OHKO it from full HP. Mewtwo has enough natural bulk. And I still don't know the item. So, yeah, and Sludge Wave's gonna knock me out here. He's gonna get a little bit of chip here with Haunter. I'm gonna be at like 30. Mewtwo's probably gonna knock me out. It came down to a 1-0 though, and honestly, I'm cool with that. 25. Let's see what it is. I mean, once again, Focus Blast miss might be my path to victory here. Either way, man, GG to SlyRobby. This actually came down really close, man. Yeah. Yeah. I got nothing to say. I think I might have misplayed a little bit in the mid game. I still stand by my play of switching out the Lunala on Haunter because I know for a fact that's Focus Sash Haunter. If he didn't bring Focus Sash Haunter, I think Lunala would have just swept him on the spot. And yeah, Zeraora was just tough, but we really brought it back in the end here. And yeah, Ice Beam's just gonna knock me out, man. GG to SlyRobby, dude. A 1-0 loss isn't gonna hurt our differential too bad, but I think we have to win. We have to win week 8 because now we're 3-4 on the season, so we have to win week 8 to make playoffs. And I think we have AJ, so that should be a fun one. I've never played him before. But all right, I'm gonna wrap it up here. We're at almost 50 minutes. Thank you guys for tuning in. GG to SlyRobby, and I will catch you next time. Peace.